This just in. We all know that one coworker who sends immaculate reports that say absolutely nothing. Turns out they may not even be the author, just the enthusiastic forwarder of what researchers are calling Workslop, which is AI-generated content that looks polished but forces someone else to do the real thinking. This delightful concept comes courtesy of a new study from Better Up Labs in collaboration with Stanford's Social Media Lab, featured in Harvard Business Review. The researchers found that while companies are pushing AI adoption across teams, most aren't seeing results. One big reason: low effort AI content is making everything harder. Let's kick it off by asking, what is Workslop? Workslop is the corporate version of reheated leftovers that look gourmet in the photo. It's content generated by AI that seems fine at first glance, a deck, a summary, a draft, but is missing real understanding or relevance. It's what happens when someone asks AI to write something vague, pastes it into a document, and sends it off without checking if it makes sense. The result? The next person in line is left wondering what any of it actually means. This isn't just annoying. It costs time. Workers in the study said each Workslop incident takes nearly 2 hours to clean up. Add salaries and scale that across a 10,000 person organization, and you're staring at over $9 million a year in lost productivity. Here's why that's a problem. Workslop doesn't just waste time, it erodes trust. About half of the people who received it thought less of the sender's creativity, reliability, or intelligence. A third said they wouldn't want to work with that person again. Even worse, nearly 40% of senders were managers, which means many employees are getting vague, confusing AI-generated tasks from above and then expected to magically know what to do with them. So now we're not just dealing with unclear expectations, we're cleaning up after the boss's chatbot. And there's an invisible tax of fake productivity. This is where things get bleak. When someone sends out Workslop, they're not saving time. They're just outsourcing it. Not to the machine, but to you. One example from the research is of a frontline manager who received an AI-written email so confusing that it took 2 hours, a meeting, and a rewrite just to get the team aligned again. Another person in finance had to choose between rewriting the task, asking the sender to do it again, or just letting it slide. None of those are good choices. Now multiply that scenario by dozens of tasks a month. You're not just looking at efficiency, you're looking at an epidemic of mental laziness dressed in bullet points. And here's why this matters for small teams too, because you might think this is a big company problem. It isn't. In smaller teams, every task counts. If you're one of 5 people and you spend 2 hours fixing someone else's AI mess, that's 20% of your day. And if clients are on the receiving end, even worse. You risk looking sloppy, inconsistent, or even out of touch. As a duct tape marketing consultant, I've seen this firsthand. Clients ask why content or messaging doesn't land, and often the root cause is something written by AI without proper direction. It looks okay, but lacks meaning. And meaning is what moves people. So here's how to spot Workslop before it spreads. Look for these telltale signs. First, that it sounds impressive but says nothing. It gives generic advice with no reference to your context. It misses key project details that a real human would know. It feels like a long-winded shrug in a suit. And if you're receiving it, speak up. If you're sending it, pause. Ask if the content actually helps move someone forward or if it just checks a box. The cure is a pilot mindset, not a passenger mentality. The research found that people who use AI well share 2 traits. Firstly, high agency, and then high optimism. These folks treat AI like a co-pilot. They give context, refine drafts, and use it to boost their own thinking. They don't delegate the whole job. They use AI to support the outcome. In contrast, people who use AI to avoid doing the work, they create more mess than momentum. Use AI to enhance clarity, not replace it. Use it to write smarter, not faster. And above all, remember that every AI-generated message is still a human conversation. Respect your readers' time. They can tell the difference. If you're a small business owner, you don't have time for cleanup. You need messages that land clearly the first time. That's where my 5-minute marketing fix comes in. It helps you write one simple sentence that explains what you do and why it matters. So whether you're using AI or not, your message is already clear. You can download it for free in the description below, or you can go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/fix and get it there. But what about you? What's the funniest way AI has ever overstepped at work? I'll go first. When I got Gemini, it tried to write every email. Someone would just confirm a meeting and Gemini would jump in like, ooh, let me take this one. Like an over-eager golden retriever with a keyboard. I had to tell it to sit down. Okay, your turn. What's the most uncalled for AI help you've seen? Let me know in the comments. I'm Vicky Sidler from the Strategic Marketing Tribe, and I post helpful news updates for small businesses every day.